Hello. I have some more cards to read to us, and these cards are called The Best of the West. And this story talks about places in our country, the west part of our country, and we live on the west part of the United States. So it talks about countries, and this time it's talking about our country. The Best of the West. The American West is a special place to visit in our country. It has exciting cities, high mountains, and amazing wildlife. Wildlife are the animals. Let's take a tour of 4 famous spots in the West. Do you know the word for a crack deep in the ground with a river at the bottom? It's called a canyon. The Grand Canyon is a huge canyon in Arizona. Many people visit this national park each year. Visitors can enjoy the view or hike down into the canyon. Some people raft on the Colorado River and look at the wildlife, the animals. One animal is the California condor, the largest flying bird in North America. If you hike the canyon, be careful of the weather. It might be cold at the top, but the temperature at the bottom can be 100 degrees. To be careful means that we have to pay close attention to what we're doing or what we're saying. Are you careful when you ride your bike? Are you careful when you talk to your friends to make sure you use kind words? Yeah, that's being careful. Good job. Where in the West can you see bison, moose, and grizzly bears? And where can you see a natural fountain that sprays water more than 100 feet in the air? These are in Yellowstone National Park. Yellowstone was the very first national park in the United States. It's an amazing place to explore. Under the ground of Yellowstone is hot, liquid rock. Yellowstone is covered with spots where hot water, mud, and steam push up from underground. These areas are called hot springs. Pools of hot water bubble up from underground. Yellowstone also has hundreds of geysers, more than any other place on Earth. Geysers are like hot springs that erupt with steam and water. The Old Faithful geyser erupts about 20 times each day, and it sprays water high into the air. Have you ever heard the word safari? On a safari, you travel through the land and look at animals. Yellowstone is a great place in the United States to go on safari. As you drive through the park, you will see bison, bears, moose, and elk up close. If you're lucky, you might even spot a wolf or a bald eagle. Now you can see. Those are the bison that they're looking at. Those are big animals that live at Yellowstone. So we heard the word erupt, and that's when the steam pushes out of the earth. See, this is erupting like a volcano. Erupts, that's right. And we also heard the word travel. Travel is when you move from one place to another. Like when you travel in your car to go to a restaurant, or if you travel in your car to go see friends, that's traveling. Now we will travel north to the city of Seattle, Washington. From different spots in the city, you can see a strange white building poking into the sky like a giant needle. This is the Seattle Space Needle. The Space Needle is 605 feet tall, which is taller than most buildings. It looks like an object from outer space. You might wonder at the purpose of this building. It was built for the 1962 World's Fair, an important event that happened in Seattle. The fair's planners wanted to build something new and different. They wanted people to say, "Wow," when they saw the building. The Space Needle is made out of concrete. To make the underground base, or its foundation, 476 cement trucks poured concrete for an entire day. Now let's head to the top of the Needle. A quick ride in the elevators will get you there in less than a minute. At the top, you can see the entire city of Seattle. You can also see natural sights such as Lake Washington and Mount Rainier. Finally, you can eat at the moving restaurant. It moves slowly in a circle to show people the whole view of the city. We heard the word purpose. The purpose of something is the reason it's made or used. So the purpose of a hammer would be to pound a nail into a wall. What's the purpose of a shovel? What do you think? To dig a hole, that's right. So the purpose of this building, what was it? It was built for a fair, that's right. The people that built it wanted the people to say, "Wow, that's a really cool building." All right, the final stop on our tour is a famous bridge in the state of California. Hey, that's our state. We live in California. Can you guess what it is? Here's a hint. It's bright orange. It's the Golden Gate Bridge. When it first opened, it was the longest bridge in the world, almost 1 mile. The Golden Gate Bridge is the boat entrance to San Francisco Bay from the Pacific Ocean. For cars, walkers, and bicyclists, the bridge is a way to connect the city of San Francisco with other places in California. Many people cross the bridge to get to and from work every day. The first thing you might notice about the Golden Gate Bridge is its color. The color is called International Orange. The orange color was chosen to fit in with the bay's natural beauty. Some people wanted to use different colors. For instance, the U.S. Navy wanted the bridge to be black and yellow so that it would stand out. What do you think of the orange color? Do you like the orange color of the bridge? I think it's pretty. Since it was built, the Golden Gate Bridge has been closed only 3 times. People built the bridge to last a very long time. This incredible bridge turned 75 years old in 2012. So, we heard the word connect. When you connect 2 things, you put them together. So this bridge connects 2 pieces of land, one on this side and one on this side. That's right. And then you can drive across from this part of the land to this part of the land. It's connecting them. Isn't that neat? So that's a bridge that's near our house. That's in California. So when you think about these cards, we read about, let's see, what did we read about? We read about the Grand Canyon. We read about Yellowstone National Park. We read about the Space Needle in Seattle, Washington. And we read about the Golden Gate Bridge in California. So, what is this all about? All 4 of these. What is the main idea, the main topic of these cards? Right, they're great places to visit in the west of America. And what are some details? Remember, the main idea is what the whole thing is about. Great places to visit. And some details are, you can visit the Golden Gate Bridge. It's orange. You can visit the Space Needle. It's a cool building that moves on the top. You can visit Yellowstone National Park. There are geysers. And you can visit the Grand Canyon. Remember where you have to be careful of the weather because it might be cold on the top, but hot down at the bottom in the canyon. So those are some details. Remember, main idea, one thing the whole thing is about. And details, lots of little things that you can remember about the story. Okay, we're gonna work more with main idea and details, but this was pretty fun. All right, I'll see you later.